Tells everyone. My name is Whitney. This is Boo Boo, and welcome to another Training Tips Tuesday. If you haven't checked out my previous two videos, definitely please do so. In the first one, we covered the name game, which gets their attention initially, and then last week we covered sit, which is a good one to help them kind of be calm and focus on you, and it also is kind of a foundation for other behaviors. Today what we are covering is watch, which is a way to increase the time their focus is on you. Boo Boo, I haven't worked on this in quite a while, but she does know watch, or she has in the past. She's probably a bit rusty on it because we haven't worked on it in quite a while, but she has had reactivity to like other dogs in the past, and I have actually used it in those situations where we were out for a walk and I didn't have any way to create more space, and so I got her to focus in on me as a distraction or anything that she might react to moved past. And so that's really helped us out in previous situations and whatnot. And so today we are going to be teaching you that. Boo Boo is very, very food motivated. I normally try to hide it in my pockets and whatnot, but just with sitting down, it's kind of hard to get into my pockets very easily. So I do have the bag. But normally with her, I do try to keep the treats kind of hidden, because you can see she's she's all about that treat life. So she works really well for treats. And like I said in previous videos, if you're using treats, sometimes trainers that are for force will be like, well, they're only doing the behavior for treats and you'll always have to have treats on you. And that's not the case. You're really building the foundation blocks, and then the behavior just kind of becomes, a habit. And so even without treats, Boo Boo can do the things she needs to do. But when I do have treats, she's definitely a lot more focused, that's for sure. And she's trying to do all her little tricks to get me to give the treats. But we're going to start with a refresher. You can see she's already sitting. There's no way for me to get her into a sit. She already knows automatically to sit because she doesn't get treats unless she is sitting, because she is so hyper. It's kind of a way to keep her grounded, but we will start with the name game. So, boo! Boo boo! Yes, good girl. And so, like I said, we're doing a little refresher, and just to kind of get that initial focus on me and off of the treats. So, she hears the other dogs right now. Boo boo! Yes, good girl. And again, I'm using a reward marker, but I'm just using a voice cue or a voice reward marker instead of a clicker. Either one will work. Boo boo. Yes, good girl. And like I said last week, I didn't really get my point across last week. I was having difficulty, and if you notice when I was talking about Nidra sitting, I also said down a lot. I was kind of having a rough week last week, and so I was kind of mixing up words and wasn't very clear. But with Marley, I didn't really use a reward marker, because with Marley, it's more about just building his confidence than getting actual behaviors from him. Where with Boo Boo and Nidra, they're so high energy and you're actually working on behaviors that I really do use reward markers with them. Any dog is good to use a reward marker. It's just for Marley, my attention is a little bit different on him. My attention and my intention. Good job. You roll over so well. Come over here and sit. And so, but with Boo Boo and Nidra, because they're anticipating, Marley's a little bit slowed down. So when I'm working on a behavior with him, it's very direct with him. Anything that he does is very direct. Where with Nidra and Boo Boo, they anticipate so much, and they're offering so many behaviors that I really need to catch the behavior that am looking for with them, if that makes sense. Hopefully I said that a little bit clearer, and it makes sense why I don't necessarily use a reward marker with Marley when I do with these guys. So I'm just gonna come over here and sit. Good. Boo boo. Yes, good girl. Boo boo. Yes, good girl. And you can see she you're probably not even seeing any head movement. She's just raising her eyes to me. Boo boo. Yes, good girl. Boo boo. Yes, good girl. Boo boo. Boo boo. Yes, good girl. Boo boo. Yes, good girl. Boo boo. Yes, good girl. Yes, good girl. And so there I was kind of waiting to see if she would offer the behavior on her own. Yes, good girl. Because that was kind of a good sign that she's calming down and focusing in on what I want. Yes, good girl. Yes, good girl. And there I was just asking for a little bit more. No, ma'am. No. Come over here. Sit. Down. Stay. No, down. Stay. And Boo Boo doesn't know. Well, she knows a sit stay fairly well, but a down stay she doesn't do well. She doesn't really like laying down. Like I said, she's so active. But yes, good girl. Yes, good girl. And so when you're first teaching watch, you're gonna she's already has her attention on me. Down. And so you're gonna say watch, and normally you would be higher than them. So come here. Down. Good. Yeah, you roll over so well. And so you're gonna go watch, and you're gonna go from their nose. Yes, to your eyes. And so whether you're in a stand or you're on their same level, yeah, you roll over so well, but that's not what we're doing. Stop. Be calm. Watch. Yes, good girl. And initially, you're going to mark a reward the instant their eyes make contact with you, just kind of like when you're doing the name game. But she knows it, so I'm making her hold it longer than I would if she was at the beginning stages. But initially, you would mark and reward the moment their eyes make contact, and then you would extend from there. So, watch. Yes, good girl. And the marker is just kind of, they've held it for the extended time once you get to that point. Where at first you're marking for the behavior itself. Then you're marking for the duration. Boo boo. Boo boo. Watch. Yes, good girl. And then once they have that down, you're not going to have the treat in the hand. So you're going to go boo boo, boo boo. Watch. Yes. And then the treat's going to come from the other hand. So then they're no longer watching the other hand. And so this, or whatever, finger you use, becomes your hand signal. Watch. No. Watch. Yes, good girl. And the dogs are doing something out there, and she still held, her eyes kind of glanced away from me slightly, but she was still holding my gaze. So, boo boo, boo boo, boo boo. Watch. Yes, good girl. Good girl. No. No, ma'am. She likes to try to help herself. Good girl. Boo Boo. Watch. Yes, good girl. So like I said, this has really saved me. Can you come over here? Sit. Good girl. Boo Boo. Boo Boo. Watch. Yes, good girl. This has really saved me in the past with her, because she has been dog reactive in the past. She got a lot better. She really wasn't, minus like a few dogs, but now we live in the country and so she doesn't go out much. But the few times I've taken her to like the vet clinic and such, she's done great. But this has saved me. Because sometimes if you do have a reactive dog and you're walking them, you don't always have the option to create more distance, which is something, you know, you should be doing. And so when you don't have that option, ideally, you know, you as the person are scanning and seeing any areas that might be a problem, and before they get over threshold or notice, you know, whatever they might be reacting to, you would have them focus in on you and just have them keep their attention on you. So, Boo Boo. Boo Boo. Good girl. Watch. Yes, good girl. And see there, I didn't need to even do the hand signal, because she does know it, so. And now she's offering the behavior. She's figuring out that's what we're working on, that's what I want today, and so she's offering the behavior, which is really good. Watch. No. Not Cujo. No. No. Watch. No, ma'am. Watch. No. Watch. Watch. Yes, good girl. And so that, I know it kind of looks scary, but that's actually a trick I taught her, which makes me laugh, and she gets a lot of attention for. So that's why she was throwing that out there, and we'll show it to you. Stop. Be still. Be calm. Watch. Yes, good girl. You ready? Boo Boo. Cujo. 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 Good girl. And so that's her Cujo trick. And she really loves it and gets into it, so. No. Watch. Yes, good girl. And like I said, you just slowly extend time between. And like, if you do find yourself in a position where you need to use this cue, where you're trying to keep their focus on you, sit. Good girl. And they're not where they can hold it very long, you can go, watch. No, watch. Yes. And then immediately, watch. Watch. Yes. Watch. Watch. Yes, good girl. And just keep bringing them back into the watch. So, but that's it for today. Just something short and sweet. But it's a really good one, and it really does help with their control and just keeping their focus on you. I know she's a little bit crazy, but that's why we love her. That's very much her personality. So anyway, that's it for today. I hope you guys will join us again next week. Remember, if you haven't already, please subscribe and hit the bell notification so you are notified when we do upload. And please like this video as well. We'll see you guys later. Bye. Sit. Sit. Good girl. Shake. Edipa. Edipa. Good girl. Down. Roll. Good girl. Lean down. Can you roll this way? No, only the one way? That's okay. That's okay. That's okay. That's okay.